don't need you niggas.
Oh, well,
They say
damn.
they can go on vacation. They ain't worried about you taking them to Red Lobster. She
Okay.
says she can afford to go to Ruth Chris. She
Mm.
says she can afford to go to Houston's. She saying she can go to Papa Do's if she want to.
You
They
know
saying she
why?
can go buy her some designer if she want to.
You know why?
Why?
Because they are the most agreed group.
That part.
They are opening more businesses. I think in 2019, Black women opened the most businesses in Georgia, like out of any state, period. Black women getting the bag. Like, what you mean? What they need you for?
They saying they would actually rather die. These
Damn.
bitches say they would rather die. They
Woo.
would rather die than to settle for one of you niggas. And
You
I
know what?
personally, I'm appalled because I was like, you rather die? She said, I'd rather die. Like, I
Listen.
would rather go meet my maker,
Mm.
die
I
like
partake
dead,
in these
like it's over.
conversations so regularly. I hear them saying they rather die. They rather divest. They rather use BOB. They rather go out of town or not. No, not out of town. They rather go out of the country and get they fix
They is
than
outsourcing
to.
that dick. They is
Yes.
outsourcing it, y'all.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. They said they would rather scissor with another woman than stoop as so low as to
Baby, I'm
settle for
about to
one of you.
log off. No, you just know.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I am thinking that Black men have lost the gender war because Black women are choosing themselves and the
Baby,
sisterhood.
they
They
said
said
it's a wrap.
they ain't
Hell,
going.
it's over with. They
You know
say,
what?
you know what? Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
You know, the crazy part is, I think Black men felt as though this whole gender war, them fighting back, them creating a space where they can control the narrative, that their voices can be heard, will drive women to the table. But Black women chucking up the deuces.
They out.
They
They
out.
said SYSBW, baby. I'm going this way. You can go that way.
Absolutely.
It's been a while, but the last episode I posted I had done a while back. So that's kind of like it's kind of like a leftover. So I posted it. I just thought like, what's the use? I've been burnt out from the overt and excessive black female misandry that's been going on. I've been trying to take it easy, but it's tiresome. I mean, goddamn, I feel like I've been drugged from a horse or something. I just been chilling and shit. I watched a couple of movies and, try to do some other stuff. And I feel it's fair to just let people know that, like, I'm still around. even though stuff is popping up, like that last episode, I already did it. I got like a couple other ones I'm thinking about putting out, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, man. But I want to assure you, my audience, that I have not given up and that I will continue to make these videos, like I said, until YouTube does something about the rampant black female misandry on this platform. I'm just tired of it. And I try to put out shit of merit. I try to be entertaining and whatnot. I don't want to just be talking and shit with a black screen or just having a static image. Sometimes it's warranted. Oh man, I don't know what's worse. Just listening to these women talking about these guys simply getting a passport, or that whole the minority majority. The whites and shit. To be quite honest, they're never-ending war against us on all levels, and propaganda and shit. That Wakanda Forever movie. Despite what you think about what I said about it, or how you feel about it, still propaganda and shit. And when you look at it and you remember what the last movie was about, flaws and all, uh, when you look at it, the new version, it just feels like somebody stole something. It feels like taking candy, from a baby. I'm not saying we're babies or anything, but we listen to women shit on us 24/7, 365 days a year. We listen to women just shit on our image and talk down, and they get all the clout from the minority majority. So there's no reciprocity and shit. So they could just say, like Dr. Brittany Cooper did her gynocratic clan meeting and shit at that church. And that's what it was. It was a clan meeting and shit. And her and people like Stacey Abrams, they get to sit up and tell us that we're misinformed. Like we're infants, like we don't know any better without them to tell us how to think. And it's like, it's insulting as fuck. It's tiresome as shit. I want to tell that bitch to her face how much we don't want her fucking ass. You know? She still would talk. A fat bitch like Stacey Abrams would still try to overtalk you. Like that Brittany Cooper bitch, I wouldn't even bother seeing anything to because I'd be in jail and shit. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of listening to bullshit. It's so bad, it's so fucking bad that, like, I can barely stomach. That's why I haven't been making any new shit for like a couple of days. It's been so fucking bad, man, that, like, when I look at, if I see a commercial and shit, one of these gender bent commercials where the man is assuming a female role and a normally female role and shit, I feel sick to my stomach. And I think it's a shame and shit that, like, the COINTELPRO is still going on, and I've been affected by it. And when I look at, if I see a black woman and shit, like, if I see a black woman, like usually a dark skinned one, or those masculine acting ones and shit, I feel sick now. It makes me sick. I can't stand the sight of it. And then I'm mad, like over here in Chicago, we got the most fucked up women and shit. A lot of this shit is coming out of this city and like fucking Atlanta and shit, you know. Like the most egregious bullshit. It's just like, damn, I want to see some regular people. I want to see some regular people. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know. I just know I'm tired of shit. One of my subscribers, this guy named, goes by the handle I am retired, said he was tired of the bullshit. And I'm tired too, but, I have a responsibility to, put out some videos and shit. And it just makes, every time I try to do something different, like sometimes do a movie review or something like I did a She-Hulk thing a little while ago, hardly, people show up and shit, but, it just takes a while. And it's just like, whatever. And then I know, like, Black History Month's coming up, which is a non sequitur because they still be fucking with us every goddamn day. Every goddamn day does never lets up. I know when that shit starts, a bunch of shit is happening. And I'm tired of looking at Kanye West. I'm tired of hearing about that shit. I don't give a fuck about Kanye West. All right? I don't give a fuck. He chooses to be out there doing that dumbass shit. I don't feel like he has no special plan or nothing. I don't care. Okay? He's not saying anybody's name. If he's saying anything, he's saying the names of businesses and shit like that or low hanging fruit. He's not saying no names. He's not going to tell you who fucked him in his ass on that casting couch before he became officially Kanye. No, nobody makes it over there without them having a method of control, a lever to pull if you don't act right. And he's just doing a crazy man, okay? Like what I see when I look at that slack jaw motherfucker, I just see him. It's like when you finna have a fight with somebody fucking with you, and they do the crazy man and say, "I'm crazy, ah," and you still beat their ass anyway. That's what I see when I look at him. And I don't care. He does not have no special plan. All right, he is not a genius or nothing. Okay, he's a fucking idiot. And all the reason people saying that because he had a shitload of money. That's the only reason they're saying shit. This nigga assaulted George Floyd, a man that can't defend himself. He's dead. You know. Then you see Jalen Rose, and he's just buck broke, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I want to yell at him. I want to tell him like, "Hey, don't you have any self fucking respect?" But I know he doesn't. Just tired. Getting back to these goddamn sisters. It's so bad that I can barely stomach the looking at a sister now. You know, when I go out in public and do shit, I'm hearing the shy. You see some shitty ass sisters. I mean, they're like shits. And it's cool. I don't interact or engage like that. I just chill. I'm just, when I want to act real like normal, I meet some normal acting black woman and shit, I feel super grateful. Like, oh, thank God. There's still like a little spark there and shit. But for the most part, I want the young men to be selfish and think of themselves first, no matter what, on all levels. You have to display the same amount of selfishness as these women. They expect you to give them whatever they want and die quick, and perhaps leave behind some insurance so that they can still plunder your dead corpse. Take all your tangibles and shit. They don't want to do anything or nothing. They want to raise your children, the children they decided to have and shit. They come out of their womb. They have no maternal instinct. They're raising these kids with no home training whatsoever. They just running wild like animals. I see this shit all the time. You know, the other day somebody broke in my garage. Somebody broke in my fucking garage and vandalized the car. I was renting the space out to this guy, and some niggas got in there and fucked it up. And I know it was some brothers that did that shit. And I just thought to myself, like, damn, I would literally have to shoot one of them dead while they were breaking into the garage to get my point across. But it's like, man, I don't want to hurt another black dude. I don't want to fuck with a black person. But like, I advocate, like, hey, somebody fucking with you, it's gotta be a headshot. Sorry. They'll never learn shit. It's just the same ideology I use for these people that be running in these schools, shooting up these schools. That shit ain't gonna stop until you start sending them home in body bags. Make they don't come back. They ain't to make sure the police don't get an opportunity to take them to Burger King and shit. You know, and as far as our community goes, using that as an analogy and shit, our sisters ain't gonna learn shit until we really shut the door. I mean, winter's here. We have to make sure that's the shittiest winter they ever fucking experienced and keep it up. But like, lately I had found out that 84% of men, black men, still went and voted for Stacey Abrams over there in Atlanta. And there I say, Atlanta's still the best excuse for the fucking neutron bomb. Stacey Abrams ain't learned shit from that. She still blamed these black niggas for her loss. And she's going to come back again and shit and try to run for that governor's chair. She's going to keep doing it because, you guys gave her what she wanted. I'm disgusted. And that's why it's been hard for me to make like new content. I've been like the shit you seen that I had coming out. I had to do that. I had to take one for the team and shit. I had to take one for the team, man, just to put my content out. I don't want to let down my subscribers, the ones that I have, and I want to thank all the people that subscribe to me. I hope that more will, find my content and hit that button and shit. Okay, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to build my little channels. You know, I'm trying to reach people, especially these young guys and whatnot. I don't want another man to suffer from the oppression of a misandrous black female with Stockholm syndrome and shit. All right? We have to take back our communities. There's no negotiation in that. You're not going to be able to bring nobody to that invisible table and talk them into acting right and shit. Okay? You got to get the torch out and burn it down. Right? You got to have that Killmonger mentality when it comes to your community. That's why, until then, you will remain infants on the world stage, okay? No one will ever take you serious or give a fuck. And people will treat you how they want to treat you based on, a certain ethnic group's mishandling of our image, intentional or not. I'll be that way. I'll say that with optimism, but we all know the truth. All right? I love you guys.
And the sister
Baby,
did.
they said it's a wrap. Hell, it's over with. They
You
say,
know what?
You know what? Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
You know, the crazy part is, I think black men felt as though this whole gender war, them fighting back, them creating a space where they can control the narrative, that their voices can be heard, will drive women to the table. But black women chucking up the deuces.
They out. They said SYSBW, baby. I'm going this way. You can go that way.
Absolutely.
And in that kingdom, we shall rule. We shall give our kingdom to. And in that kingdom, we shall rule.
You ain't talking about shit. You ain't talking about a goddamn thing, okay? All your concerns are bullshit, okay? When was the last time you saw any large group of black women gather and it didn't descend into chaos and anarchy and bullshit or backbiting, double dealing, hooking up with the minority majority and shit to fuck all of us as a collective, as a people, right? While you guys hiding in the dark, counting your 3 pieces of silver you got for sticking us in the back of shit. We're doing other shit, okay? I just want you to see, okay? I want you to see these men. I want you to see these men marching on the Barclays Center, okay? In formation. Alright? Military formation. You ain't talking about shit. And I will never give up. I will never stop making these goddamn videos until I get what I want.